That's everything.
Bumping and banging.
Big boy. Oscar De La Hoya is up in here, man, the golden boy. Now, with the love of the game, Oscar, with you being so connected to it, man, and for one, just with Golden Boy, just the whole empire that you created over there. You know what I'm saying? And I think that any other promotions or promoters that's coming together, they seen a formula. Because for one, you don't get a lot of promoters that have been so active as a fighter and know how to respect a fighter and know what a fighter is going through. A lot of promoters never even been cut in a ring. You know what I'm saying?
Don King has never put on the gloves.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And if it was just because there was somebody else's money in it.
Yeah, pretty much.
He wasn't putting them on. He was sticking his hand in there. You know what I'm saying? We love you, Don King. But when you think about like the actual blueprint for what Golden Boy has done, and you know how to take care of your fighters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you feel like fighters kind of gravitate towards Golden Boy because they know that you've been there and you've done that?
Oh yeah. I mean, they look at me and that's like, okay, he's been there, he's done that. Hey, he's been burned.
Yeah,
he's been burned. So he knows the ropes. He knows what to tell me, how to guide me. And so it's a big advantage. When we're looking at somebody who is a hot prospect.
Right.
So, I can approach him, I can talk to him, but I can talk to him real.
And they can respect it.
And they respect that. Exactly.
You've been there.
Because I've been there.
Right.
I've been knocked down. I've been knocked out. I've been there.
Right.
So they respect that. So as a promoter, we do a great job. We promote them. We've promoted the biggest events in boxing history. So they know that part.
And you know what I love also, Oscar, is that you don't just leave them in training or leave them in the ring. I've seen you take boxers and it's almost like it's like big brother, it's uncle, it's cousin, it's mentor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you know what they're going through. It's almost like even some of the younger cats is almost like you're raising them.
Right. No, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like family.
Yeah.
They're like family. And it's like, the toughest part for me is when I have to match two of the guys that are with Golden Boy, in the same ring.
When you got to be promoter.
Oh boy, man. So who do you go for?
That
It's
tough.
like you can't. I gotta be still. I can't be doing my twitching and fighting. I gotta be like, okay, I gotta be neutral.
I wasn't even thinking
I gotta be
that.
neutral. Yeah. So it's tough. It's tough. But that's the passion I have for boxing.
Yeah, man. And you know, but you can see it, Oscar, and you do a great job with it, man.
Thanks, man.
Oscar, now you've been through some of the best fights. You know what I'm saying? And up until recently had the #1 pay-per-view records and everything.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Until we bought into the $100 pay-per-view fight. That
Did you buy
hopefully-
it? Did you buy it?
Yeah, I bought it, man.
Ouch, yes.
I bought it, but I buy
bought
every fight. You know
I
what I'm
bought
saying?
it.
I'm
I
just
bought
waiting
it.
for the fight to go.
Oh, yeah, I was
I'm waiting for the
bought
fight to happen now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Still waiting.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on the fight, but I actually paid for the pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Best believe that. But you've been a part of some of the greatest fights also, bro. And when we see Oscar De La Hoya and just the legacy,
Right.
what's the next step? Like you've introduced us to great boxers. There's other people that I see that you and Fernando Vargas.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen pictures. Now, what's the relationship with you and Fernando Vargas now?
He's a brother.
I heard that.
He's my brother.
Man.
It's like, okay, look, hey, we're grown men. We gotta move on. We had this crazy rivalry. Back in the day when we couldn't even be in the same room together.
I know.
Damn.
And now, hey, let's do it for the next generation. Let's be mentors. Let's show them what being a gentleman is all about.
Right.
What being a professional is all about. And he gets it, man. He's a hell of a guy, man.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, he's a hell of a guy.
That's definitely a personal friend, man.
Yeah.
But he, just with in life, you got to go through a lot of roadblocks and you know what I'm saying,
That's what it
hurdles and
is.
so on and so
Oh,
forth.
man.
And Fernando cleared quite a few of them.
You know what? Hey, the good thing is that he did clear him.
Yeah,
He did
yeah,
clear
man.
him, and now look at who he is.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
look at where he's at.
And I saw
Ooh.
social media. I saw you guys together, and I was like, man, that's a perfect combination
Yeah.
right there.
No, because look, Fernando. Hey, Fernando's Fernando, man. He's still, he's like,
He's still feroz.
Yeah, he's feroz. He's rough.
Yeah.
he's rough.
I know when he grabbed me, I want to sue him.
Hilarious.
You know what I mean? Like, good Lord.
But he attracts the fighters that are hungry.
Right.
He attracts the fighters that are from the street.
Yeah.
And those are the best ones, So it's like we teamed up forces, we joined forces, and we can polish them around the edges, and
Yeah, man.
create these great fighters, I mean, we can promote them with Golden Boy Promotions. They have Fernando's backing and Fernando's school, of fighting and passion, and it's a perfect combination.
Let me ask you this, Oscar, and this is a serious question, and you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, if I'm being too personal.
It's all good.
Was it hard being one of the most handsome boxers in the because a lot of boxers are supposed to be just ugly. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, does that hurt? Did cats like, man, you look too nice to be beating me up like this?
It actually made me want to fight harder.
Right.
Because you have to prove yourself. Oh, look at that little pretty face, little pretty boy.
They underestimate you.
Exactly. And it's like you had to prove something. So I mean, it made me become a better fighter.
If you weren't fighting, and you probably can't even picture a life without
you know
fighting.
what's funny? I actually wanted to get cut.
Really?
I wanted to get bruised up. I wanted to look like a fighter.
Really though?
Yeah.
Like early on, like before you turned professional, or
when I was professional.
Wow.
Oh yeah. When I would get cut, I got cut one time with against Sugar Shane Mosley.
Yeah, that's the one that can cut somebody.
Oh man, he cut me good. And I went like this. I kind of put my glove near my face to see if there's blood. I saw the blood. I was like, oh, okay, all right, I like this.
Hey,
All right,
Oscar, I asked
bring
you
it.
this before. When you're in a fight, you can see the famous people in the seats out there, huh?
Oh yeah.
And what about this? And these are things that I just want to ask as a boxing fan.
Right.
Have you ever, like, when you got to urinate and you're tired or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, what happens? Have you urinated on yourself in a fight?
If you're wearing yellow shorts, great.
Okay, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? But if you're not,
if you wearing
if you're not, hey, you gotta go. You gotta
like
go.
if you wearing like the Mexican flag and it just happened to be right at the crotch, you're like, oh no, I can't do this. You know what I'm saying? Or if you already taped up and you got your gloves on, it's like you got to be like a no-hander.
Man,
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about coming out with depends for fighters.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah. The Golden
Just
Boy
in case
depends.
you gotta go.
We think he playing watch. We like, man, he really came up with that. Like, good Lord. Let me ask you this, Oscar. Has there ever been, like, if it's a great ref, has he
Right.
ever told you, like, man, I'm glad you whooped his ass?
Uh,
Like you say, as a promoter, when you put your fighters together,
Yeah.
in your head,
Yeah.
you're like, damn.
Oh, yeah.
But there's also any fighter that you know, or not even your fighters.
Yeah.
There's somebody that you want to win.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah. I had a ref like that one time. I can't say his name,
Right.
but you know what I'm saying. But I had a ref like that. I won the fight. I knocked the guy out, and he comes to me and says, "Man, I'm glad you knocked him out. I didn't like him."
Mayorga?
I can't say it.
I'm just saying. Hey, man, I remember Mayorga, man. I was swinging at the TV every time. And I
Oh,
remember,
boy.
dude, he was so disrespectful.
Yeah.
And I remember, man, we were like, dude, get him.
Yeah.
And I remember you came in and did an interview damn near right from Vegas to LA.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we saw you immediately after that
Damn.
fight. And I remember when the door opened, Oscar, you just came in and you started laughing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like, job well done.
Sweet revenge.
As it should be.
Oscar, what would you say? I got a friend who's a upcoming boxer. What do you say the biggest mistake these amateur boxers do trying to get to the pros?
The biggest mistake is they stop thinking about the passion, the love for the game. You know, they right away start thinking about, well, how many dollars I can make.
I was about to wonder.
You know, the business. You know, this that. The best thing that one can do is just think about, okay, what got you there? The hard work, the dedication. You know, the passion for the sport. Everything else will follow. You know, that's what I say. I mean, right now, boxing, we're losing that passion. You know, we're losing that drive, the good fights. You know,
Yeah, man.
you know, remember those fights where you just, you know, you get see a
man.
knockdown and blood and this and that. You know,
And a lot of the younger cats, they don't want to put the work in. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll look at the success of Oscar De La Hoya. They'll see Mayweather, the money
Well,
made.
they'll
and
see that. They say,
and they think they got to get right to
yeah,
that.
They think it's easy.
Yeah.
They think it's easy.
And it's got to be extremely hard
Oh, my God,
before
yeah.
you get anywhere close to anything
Oh,
like that.
man, you got to go through the ringer before you know, even think about making money.
Yeah, it has to be the,
The money
hardest
will
earned
come.
sport to make money in.
Yeah,
because you're
man.
getting beat up for it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Before you even get a real
Yes.
payday.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Exactly. But
That's-
if you do it right,
Right.
hey, you know, it can turn out
If
okay
there
for
was
you.
one thing in your career that you could change, do you have something in your career where you're like, man, if I can go back or if I could do this again
I think if I can go back, I would go back to the Trinidad fight.
and
Yeah.
not
the last three
coast?
rounds. The last three rounds.
Because you had it
I
won.
coast. Yeah.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
was one.
And still to
Yeah,
this
man.
day,
I don't know what
you
happened
won
there.
that fight.
I think Don King maybe had some kind of eraser, a
Yeah,
magic eraser
because
with the scorecards, you know.
The
and
last
something.
3 rounds playing, not even playing it safe, just being, do you know what I'm
Just
saying? Not
boxing
getting, and it wasn't like those last 3 rounds or so, 2 rounds, you was getting hit.
No, I wasn't.
You know what I'm saying?
you know?
That's and I remember, man. I remember you going back and you was like, "F this." You were
Yeah.
like, "Man, I gave him a boxing lesson."
Yeah, I was pretty ticked off because I felt that I won.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A fighter feels when he wins and when
Right.
he loses. You can
Right.
feel it.
Right.
You know?
Because a fighter know when a fight is given to him. Also.
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah.
yeah.
You know, like, and the
Oh,
winner,
yeah.
like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You sure?
Oh yeah.
This ain't. a
I
punk.
I have my questions too. I mean, the fights that I've been involved in where I'm like,
Really?
should I have won that fight? Yeah, there's one in particular.
Which
Yeah.
one was that?
I fought this kid, Felix Sturm.
Oh, I remember Stern.
Ooh, boy,
but you know
Stern.
the fight after Stern. What was the fight after Stern?
Hopkins.
Yeah, see, we had to get to that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
And we had already been robbed. Like, give me at least a little piece of
but
one.
what I'm saying, it's like, okay, you know, I mean, okay, the judges are not perfect. You know, whenever you have human, you know, a human
Right.
score, you know, it's like you're gonna get that error. But it's like I didn't feel like a winner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? That's so gangster of you to actually
Yes,
say
and
that.
admit it. Yeah, and be
It's-
honest
it's the
about
truth,
it.
man. It's the truth.
Right. You know, you ever thought about not being so truthful sometimes?
Oh, that's
Hey, it's all good.
Like, man, here's the line. He laid it all on this mug.
It's all good,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? You one of the promoters that don't forget LA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't forget StubHub. You don't forget Belasco. You know, and other spots that we've had a chance to see.
Yeah.
And you make sure that there's fighters that's hungry
Right.
that you'll put in venues like
Yeah.
Belasco. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't be at MGM right away.
No.
Why is it extremely necessary that you continue Golden Boy and boxing like this great event we have
Yeah.
tonight at Belasco?
Well, I wanna keep LA boxing alive.
Yes, sir.
You know, you know how many kids out there have dreams, aspirations of becoming the next Vargas, De La Hoya, Mayweather. You know how many kids are out there.
Yeah.
And so me growing up in East LA, you know, I want to keep that. I want to keep that dream alive. I want to give these kids an opportunity. So, and this is where it starts. This is a club show. It's kind of like I got the idea from a Fight Club with Brad Pitt.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, they're like in the dungeon, you know, down in the basement, you know,
Yeah.
and you gotta fight. You gotta fight.
Yeah.
So this place here, the Belasco Center in downtown, it's about 1,000 people, but they're in your face. They're right there. They're cheering. They're screaming. You can hear them.
And it sounds amazing.
Oh
man.
man.
Hell yeah.
And the fighters know they have to fight.
Yeah, and you know what I love about it also, man, is that a lot of the fighters that's especially at Belasco, when we go to these venues that you're so great at doing, Oscar, is a lot of these cats are from here.
Yeah, they're all from here. They're all
and
local.
What I love
West
about
LA,
them, yeah.
East LA,
and it's
you know,
like
yeah.
families, and
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I'm
man.
saying.
Oh,
So man.
it's
so much on
Yeah.
the line,
A lot on
and
the
these are fights that you enjoy even
Right.
more so than a lot of these pay-per-views. And not that these fighters are out there and they're just dangerous, but
Right.
it's extremely.
Let me just tell you. Let me tell you this much. You're gonna get more action watching 30 seconds of LA Fight Club
Yes.
than you got the whole fight with Mayweather Pacquiao.
Yeah, man.
That's the way it is.
Man.
These kids are hungry. They fight.
Oscar, now they say you've been wanting a tattoo for 15 years.
Oh,
You don't have one tattoo on your
Nothing.
body?
Damn, that's crazy.
If we were
So-
to go today,
Yeah.
do you have one in mind that you would get?
That's the thing. I don't.
Oh, okay, but don't
But
get
but
it.
I have something where, check it out. So I want something of like where I grew up. You know, East LA. Starting with East LA. What I went through, you know, the dark, the light,
Right.
everything, you know, just all
So you want something that
intertwined.
means something.
Oh, significant,
A
yeah.
story.
A story, you know. It's like from the, you know, all the evil, all the, you know, then the light.
I heard that.
You know what I'm saying? Then my kids' names, you know,
But
my
you
kids'
know what,
names,
though?
you know, all that, you know.
You probably like
It's gonna be big.
You got it's
Yeah,
going to
it's gotta
have
be
to
big,
be.
yeah,
You
on
know
my
what I'm saying?
back, you know.
Especially we putting all the boulevards and the kids and
Yeah, man.
the boxing and all that. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as real estate on your back, if you get that, wherever it may be.
Yeah.
We've had some great interviews.
Right.
Is anything with me on the mic anywhere on there in that?
Come on.
in that particular-
I can see you at Baby Doe's.
Okay,
right
so
there.
at the old club spot.
Right there,
The old
just,
club
yeah,
spots?
right
all
there,
right,
you know.
cool. And that's
Boom.
just a quick, and then that'll go into
Exactly, you know,
another. Okay,
exactly,
cool.
yeah.
Very
Right.
intricate tattoo.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, for this to be your first one, this gonna hurt like a motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you straight up, this is gonna be extremely painful.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's all good.
cool. Now, are you? Is it in your head, or you think, okay, I'm
You know what I
closer to
need?
it?
You know what I need, and I'm serious about this. Man, give me some ideas. You know,
Right.
hey,
But what you have sounds
know?
amazing. You just
Yeah.
gotta have the right person.
you
got to
have the
draw
right
it up.
person. I've seen this girl, Kat Von D. Is it
Oh,
Kat
yeah,
Von
yeah,
D?
yeah, yeah,
She's
yeah.
good.
Yeah, man.
She is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
She's
She's
She
really
is
good at
good.
portraits. So
Is she
that's what
portraits?
she, yeah,
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
a portraits kind of girl. Yeah, and
So,
black
you know,
and white.
so it would be big, around my shoulder, my back. So I'm serious about this.
I heard
Damn.
that, man.
I need something to remind me
Right.
where I came from, where I went, how I almost lost it all,
Right.
how I got it back all, and how I have everything
That's
now. You know when I
that's
say
a
how
lot
I
of-
have
I want
everything.
to tell you, I
It's
don't
a
know
big
where your life
empire.
is at right now,
Man,
as far as whatever. But I'm not pushing you, but you probably gonna have to get seriously. Go get that done. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're not gonna sit there and just take that pain. We gotta give you,
I
we
gotta
gotta
take
give you a
it.
pass or
I
something.
gotta
Okay,
take the
cool.
pain.
All right.
I gotta
We'll
take the pain.
we'll take it naturally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I gotta
Best
take the
believe that.
pain and record it.
All right.
yeah, you
best
gotta
believe
record
that.
it.
And we sell it on pay-per-view. We've been waiting on Pacquiao Mayweather for
Right.
years.
Yeah.
We had a chance to finally witness that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And at one point, it's been what, 5 or 6 years that they were putting that together?
About 6 years, yeah.
Now, do you ever feel like, okay, you were there, I saw you people speaking with you, did a lot of interviews,
Right.
but in Oscar De La Hoya's mind, were you ever at a point where you was like, man, this fight is gonna make all this money? If these cats would have did this years ago,
Right.
I would have been in this. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Right.
would have financially, because you and at one point Mayweather were doing business together.
Right.
Yeah.
And I would have been like, man, how in the hell
Right.
did this not happen when we all could have got down?
How do you know I wasn't in it?
That's true. That's true. Oh, I don't
Very
know.
true, bro.
Yeah, that could be true.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Damn,
That's
get
all
my
I gotta say.
money.
Oh,
Wow.
Hey, man, but when you're watching the fight, does the fight seem and look lackluster to you also? Now, for one, I love that Mayweather is a very defensive fighter.
Right.
And he fought his fight. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
what he does.
But at some point, and you know, people want them to get out there and tear each other heads off, and we're kind of used to that, you know, at one time with brawls and everything.
Right.
But did you feel like from either a boxer, a promoter, or a fan that it was a little bit lackluster?
It was a bit dull. It was a
Right.
bit dull. Even as a fighter, I respect every fighter out there.
Right.
Hey, my colleagues, you know, it's like I respect every fighter out there, because just to lace up the gloves, I mean, it takes a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't care about Mayweather's style, Pacquiao's style. I respect every style. But you know, as a promoter, it's like we had about 2 million new viewers, pay-per-view viewers, okay, that actually bought the fight.
Yeah.
2 million, because the fight did about 4 million pay-per-view buys. So the record's 2.5. So we had about 1.5 million new
Right.
buyers. So those buyers are gonna see the fight. They're gonna say, "That's it.
Right.
I'm not gonna buy no more fights."
Right,
So you know
man.
what I'm saying. So it kind of
Oh,
takes
yeah.
away.
And with the
From-
price of gas and everything, you know,
boy, I mean,
$100 is like
$100 is
lot, man.
$100.
that's a lot. And I was telling
You
cats, I was
know.
like, man, we're gonna see the $100 pay-per-view.
Give
when
us,
this fight
give us
comes
a
together.
little bit of blood, or
Yeah.
one little bruise, or a cut, something. you
And
know?
I trip off of, you know, because at one point, man, it was like the tickets, you know, 50, 80, 100,000. Like if I
crazy.
would have paid 100 G's, I would have had to get up there and fight Mayweather and Pacquiao. I would have had to put hands on somebody.
I was thinking of Flavor Flav.
Right,
Don't,
yeah.
don't believe the hype.
Yeah, don't believe the hype. Yeah. Hey, man, are we going to see heavyweights again?
I think so. I think
Really?
so. It's
Damn, Wilder.
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I think Wilder right now. We have an American heavyweight champion
Crazy.
with Wilder. So
Yeah.
I think the important thing is for him to keep on fighting the toughest, the
Right.
best.
Are there any
Gain momentum, you know.
Golden Boy heavyweights?
Not yet, but we're
See?
working on it. We're working on
okay.
it. We're working on it. We got a couple.
I heard that.
We got a couple. So it's gonna
Man.
happen little by little, you know. You had Ali, you had Tyson, Holyfield, you know, all in the span of about 20 years. It takes time, you know. It takes time.
Right. All right.
You know, so-
I'm going to leave it up to you.
Oh.
Definitely want to
Yeah,
thank you for
thank
coming
you.
in, man.
Thanks, my man.
Go ahead now. You look
Thanks.
like foul footage, brother. You look like yesterday's picture. I love that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling
it's
you,
crazy,
man.
man, because we starting to look older and worse. This dude getting older
got
and
better.
better.
He's getting younger.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. I told you at one time I hit him up. He was like, "Oh, it's like what is aguacate or something?" It was avocado.
Yeah.
Aguacate.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, and he was just playing it like, yeah, take avocado and shove it in your ass. And I was like, all right. So I put avocado in my ass for like 3 months. And then when I saw him, I was like, man, I've been doing the avocado in my ass thing. And he was like, wait, what? I said the avocado on my ass. We did when you came in. You told me, he was like, man, I was just playing. He was like, were you putting avocado on your ass? And I was like, no, I wasn't. I wasn't. Yeah, but it didn't work for me. Yeah. He was like, no, I was playing. I was like, oh, okay, well, you got me. You got me.
Hilarious.
You got me back. You know what I'm saying? You got me. No, but it's always
said the avocado, not the seed.
Yeah. Hey, well, you do what you want with your avocado. You know what I'm saying? They're my avocados. Plus, they're so damn expensive now. You got to find other ways to have fun with them. You know? Y'all stick around y'all radios, man. But no, Oscar, thank you for coming in, man.
You, bro.
Always a pleasure to see you, brother.
man.
Always a pleasure, man.
Thanks,
and
man.
I wish you nothing but the best, brother.
Thanks, man.
And thank
Appreciate
you for coming in and hanging out.
Always.
With us.
Always.
There it is, right there. The one and only, the great
Yeah.
one, ladies and gentlemen, the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya up in here, big boy.
Big boy.